let me begin my questions. Just kind of focused on the aftermath of the disaster that we have seen, and particularly out in Guam, in the Northern Marianas, the issue of how you rebuild when you simply lack the workers. And this is, as you say, Governor Torres, it's tough to rebuild your housing stock when you don't have the workers there. Governor Leon Guerrero, you note that with the military construction and the buildup there really is nothing outside the fence, in the sense that the island is one where everything is related to the military construction. So I want to ask just real quickly on this. Governor Leon Guerrero, you mentioned the impact from the ban on those coming from the Philippines coming in. And the question that I would have is whether or not you're looking to other sources of labor that you could tap into for any of these construction projects, whether Taiwan, Korea, Indonesia, any other Pacific locations for an option. And then also to you, Governor Leon Guerrero, about where we are with the H-2B visas there on Guam for non-military construction. I know that those numbers have effectively shrunk to zero. So can you both speak a little bit to where you can turn for additional assistance when it comes to labor? Go ahead.
Thank you for the question. Like I said, there's 5,900 homes being destroyed. FEMA is giving us hundreds of millions of dollars to rebuild our economy, rebuild those homes, but there's simply no construction workers. They're trying to hire construction workers out here in the United States to bring them down to Saipan because of our restriction of labor. That's costing, again, the federal government hundreds of millions of dollars. If it
Were
wasn't
they able to bring in sufficient numbers of workers from stateside here?
No, ma'am. They're having a hard time getting the materials, let alone workforce. Up to this day, there's absolutely no construction company that has agreed or found by FEMA to come down to rebuild our homes. On top of that, there's with the hospitals and all the other government infrastructure that was damaged, there's no construction again to build them. So again, there's two things here: economic growth, and then more importantly is the building homes for our folks. And if it wasn't if it wasn't for the military coming in, we had over 1,500 men and women came down to Saipan from Hawaii, Japan, and Guam to help not just the debris, but building roofs of our fellow citizens. If it weren't for them, we have over 500 families that will still be without roof. Up to today, we still have more than 3,000 homes that needs to be
So it's not only homes, but it's also your public buildings as well that lack the ability to be repaired. Governor Leon Guerrero, can you speak just a little bit to the situation with the H-2Bs then?
Yes, thank you, Senator Murkowski. The H-2B visa, we have really been approved. Our petitions have been approved in the past, no problem. And then in 2015, the Homeland Security just decided to deny all petitions, which impacted our workforce by from 3,000 to almost zero. I do know, as you are aware also, that there has been a provision that was put in by Congress to allow 4,000 workers to the military for military projects. But even that doesn't help our civilian projects. And that's why I made the statement that all projects in Guam is really aligned to the military. The roads, the military travel in the same roads. Infrastructure in terms of social infrastructure like restaurants, hotels, and so forth, those are also related to military buildup because you increase the population and the supply for those workers are not there. It has impacted greatly our economy. Homes now are delayed in construction. Cost of homes have gone up. We used to construct at $110 per square foot. Now it's $160 per square foot. That's a 45% increase. So it's impacting us economically. It has even put a big strain with the recent administration's declaration of no, Philippines are now out of the eligible country for H-2 workers. So we have also looked at other places, but the Philippines is a very prime resource. Their culture is the same as ours. The language, we can speak English. It's quite difficult to construct when all the instructions and the designs are in English and you only speak Chinese or you only speak Japanese or you only speak Korean. So there's a big concern and a challenge in that also. We have looked at the island sovereign nations of the Micronesia. We have looked at Republic of Palau, Pohnpei, but they are also at a challenge in meeting their workforce. So I cannot overemphasize and overstate the concern and the impact that this is causing our Micronesian areas, both with the CNMI and ourselves. We are short of skilled laborers, and to Senator Manchin's concern about foreign to domestic workforce, we are working very feverishly with our Guam Community College to start training people in high school. We are working very closely with the Guam Trades Academy that's bringing in students to learn the trade of construction, but that's not the immediate solution right now. We can see that in the long run, but right now our immediate solution we see too is please exempt us from this ban of the Philippine workforce and help us try to make our economy more stable and expanded by providing the workforce that we need to build our island.
Thank you. It is certainly something that I came to appreciate very directly when I was over there. The effort that is made to attract those workers coming over from the continental United States, and maybe in Hawaii and Alaska we can appreciate it a little bit better, but the reality is when the economy here is strong, nobody wants to be 4,000 miles away from their families. It's very, very expensive to get out there and get back. The workforce conditions and issues are very, very challenging.